Okay. Stop. Are we on?
Yes.
Okay. I've had some requests from friends and family to give the recipe for the black bean burgers. So here, this is the basic ingredient that I use. There's the black beans, flour, and an egg and some onion, Worcestershire sauce, soy, some bread. I use some mashed potato flakes, cornstarch, a little breadcrumb, and then just general seasonings, which I will go into detail later. First thing though is I'm going to just make maybe 6 burgers to show you. You can double this recipe if you want. This is a 15-ounce can of black beans, which I'm going to open and put into this bowl. Okay. Here's the black beans. I'm going to dump it into this green bowl. Everything, the liquid.
Where's the lid?
Why do you need the lid?
You said I've dumped everything in this thing.
And, okay, so I've put the black beans into this bowl. Okay, now I'm going to mash them. You ready? Just give them a light mash here. They don't have to be totally pulverized at this point, but just mash them a little bit. Now, one thing I must tell you, the recipe is sort of a kaleidoscope. It'll be different every time. You just want to add the ingredients so that until you get the consistency of ground beef. So I've got here about 1.5 cups of flour. So I don't know exactly how much this will take, but I'm going to add a little. I put about half of that in. And can you see what's in here? And then I'm just going to incorporate that a bit. Some more. I'm making a mess, but that's all right. Okay. Now, for 1 can of black beans, I would put in 2 pieces of bread. Any kind of bread. This is a light wheat. Just tear it apart. Put it in here. It a little bit into this. Now don't be too discouraged. It might not look appetizing as you're mixing it up, but it'll turn out all right. Now, bread. Now I've got 1 egg. In it goes. You could leave the egg out, I suppose, if you're averse to eggs, but I'm not. Okay. Now, the next thing I would put in is a little bit of onion. That much. Maybe 1/8 of an onion, quarter. As much onion as you like, basically. Okay, so we're going to pause here for a moment while I chop the onion and think about what to do next.
Okay. I've chopped the onion, and I'm going to add it to the mixture. Like I say, as much onion as you like can go in. Where's the spoon? Oh, or none at all. But, and mix it up. What I also do for the burgers that I make is I put onion flakes in, because they are actually more flavorful. So I just put as much of that in as I would like. Stir it up. Now, cornstarch. I put just a spoonful. Tablespoon? Is that a tablespoon? Yeah, in. Mix it up. Now, soy sauce. I just have an open bottle here. I'm just going to put some soy sauce in. A couple of splashes of that. Worcestershire sauce. Mix this up. What are these? Breadcrumbs?
Wingo. Oh, yeah.
It's just any kind of breadcrumb you want. So just, that was a handful. I mean, I don't know how much a handful would be. Quarter cup or something, you know. That just helps bind it a little. Plus the flavors of the breadcrumb help. Okay. I also put in some oatmeal. Any kind, instant or regular. These are quick oats. Again, I just put in as much as I think make it happy. Mix that up. By now you'll notice it's getting thicker. And I also add mashed potato flakes. Again, as much as you want. You just want to thicken the mixture here. Potatoes give it a nice earthy flavor. That's getting well on it. Now, we will stop here for a moment so I can regroup and figure out what's next. Okay, now all that's left to do really is to season it a bit. We have salt and pepper. You can put as much in as you want. You know what salt and pepper are, right? And so, and you can taste this as you go if you want to. This is a little garlic powder. As much of that as you prefer. And I also use seasoned salt. If I get the damn lid, there we go. I also use accent, which is monosodium glutamate. But a little bit's not going to hurt you. If you want to leave it out, feel free, but I always put a little bit in. Mix it up. Smells pretty good. Now, you can see it's starting to sort of have the consistency of ground beef, although the color isn't quite the same, but it's not going to matter, as you will soon see. Now, the next thing we do is, we get the skillet. I like to make them in Presto skillet. You can use a frying pan. You could bake them in a tray in the oven, but they're much better if they're fried. Now, okay, put that up. I have it at 350. Again, do whatever you are comfortable with. This is canola oil. Drizzle in there. And what we need to do actually now is get a smallish bowl and put some flour in it. Now I have some leftover flour from earlier. Just going to put it in there, and this is going to be for dredging. While that's heating, and hopefully it won't take long, I'm going to just make patties with this. You can dive in and take some with your hand. You can flour your hand. It doesn't. I use a spoon, and I get about whatever you would call that, sort of like an Italian meatball size. And with impeccably clean hands, make a little patty. I'm just going to make small ones here to show you. Little patty in the flour. And into the skillet. It's starting to sizzle, though I don't think it's anywhere near hot enough at the moment. And you just continue. And they're firm, they're not going to fall apart. This is the easy part. When the dough, the meat mixture is ready, you can just go and make as many as you want.
No meat in them.
There's no meat in them, you're right.
It's not a meat mixture.
Did I say meat mixture?
You did.
I'm sorry. The burger mixture. Okay, so they cook really quickly, I should say. And roughly 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and
Each side.
right, but then you have to gauge for yourself, depending on the heat. Like I say, I have the thermostat at 350. You could cook it at a lower temperature for a bit longer time, but yeah, what can I tell you? So, get the spatula. But I must say, everyone who's eaten these black bean burgers have been very pleased with the taste. And we make them for Lent.
And the reason during Lent, especially on Fridays.
On Fridays. But it's also something I've made when I've had guests over who are vegetarian, or for whatever reason just didn't want to eat meat. Plus, it's so inexpensive. That can of black beans was, what, 88 cents?
It was 68.
68. Now I'm flipping them. Now, who wouldn't want to eat that, really? It smells good. Anyway, why don't we take a little break now, and when these are done, we'll plate some up for you, and I guess I'll eat one. Are we off?
And there is one of the burgers on a bun with some cheese, tomato, mustard, and ketchup. This looks good. It's got the consistency of a beef hamburger. It's got a kind of a meaty aftertaste. But I think it's pretty good. And look at what's left. I made 4 burgers, and you could probably make 6 more from one can of black beans. So yeah, you guys try it, make it. It's so simple. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it, right?
Huh.
And happy Lent. And I'll show you our cameraman, a very talented Vince. Say something.
Something. At least for Lent.
2018.
And then we'll show you one day my clam chowder preparation.
That will be the next video. Clam chowder.
Say why, Stevie.
New England style.
That's right.